How you guys doing today? Welcome to another video piano lesson. Today we're going to be talking about an exercise to help you drill in all these chord inversions and really get them under your belt. So guess what? We're doing flashcards again. I know you guys are sick of these, but they really help and they really help you learn things fast. So you're going to need your flashcards with your note names. Remember, you can print these off if you want in the PDF file, or you can make your own. And you're going to need your major and minor ones. And later we're going to need our sharps and flats too. But for now, just these. So what we're going to do is take one chord at a time. So F major is our first chord. And we're going to find our F major chord. So F, then 1, 2, 3, 4, that's our major third. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's our perfect fifth. So here's our F major chord. Now we want to move it to first inversion. So we take the F and we move it up to this F. And we play. So it's still the notes F, A, C, it's just in first inversion. Now we move it to second inversion. And how we do that is we take the A and we move it up to this A. So now we have still the notes F, A, C, just in second inversion. And what you want to do is play that, 3 or 4 times. So just practice. And just really get used to the shape of the chord. And you'll notice root position chords are typically pretty symmetrical. It's a similar distance between the thumb, the third finger, and the third finger and the pinky. Now if we take a first inversion, this interval is pretty small compared to this interval. This is the bigger one. So there's a bigger interval on top. And second inversion is the opposite. The bigger interval is on the bottom, this interval, and the smaller one is on top. So start to get used to these shapes and really start to memorize these shapes, because you want to get to the point where you just see it and you're like, oh, that's just an F chord, and you just instantly recognize it. But obviously it's going to take some practice to get there. So then you're going to flip over the next set of flashcards. You actually might want to just do all your majors first and then switch to minors. So let's stick with majors for now. A major. So boom, find your A. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a major third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's your perfect fifth. So here's your A major chord. Now let's move it to first inversion. So take this A, move it up to this A. Now find your second inversion. Take the C sharp, move it up to this C sharp. Here's your second inversion A chord. So now we're going to just practice that 3 times just like the last one. So after you do that, boom, move on to the next chord, D major. So now it's the same thing. You find your D. I won't go through the whole process again, but you find your D, find first, find second, and then you just drill that in 3 or 4 times. And then what I would do is go back and see if you can remember the first one. Remember, the first one was F, so see if you can just remember what the F chord was without having to count all your whole and half steps out. So, and you'll be able to hear if it's right after you do this enough times. So then you're like, oh yeah, I know the F chord, go back to A. Maybe you go back to A. Maybe you can't figure it out and you have to really think about it. So you're like, but it drills it more into your brain. And then take those 3 and just drill them in. Then you move on to the next 3 flashcards, drill them in. And once you have them all drilled in, maybe the next day or maybe a couple days from now, you go on to your minor chords. And you do only your minor chords. Do that for a couple days. Then maybe mix them in so there's major and minor flashcards, both going at the same time. Once you get that done, then you can add your sharp and flats flashcards too, and start drilling in the black note, major and minor chords. And after doing this a week or 2, you'll have it really solid in your memory which chords are which and what they look like. Alright, that's all I got for you guys for this video lesson. Make sure you're doing these exercises. Watching the videos really doesn't get you better at piano. It sets the path, the shortest path to get better at piano, but you have to sit down and you have to practice. And I know you guys know that, so just stay disciplined. I hope you're really improving. I hope this is really helping you. So thanks a lot for watching. Happy practicing and peace out.